Hello everyone, I am Dheeraj. This presentation is about Code Basics Resume Project Challenge 17. This is about Bharat Herald, a legacy newspaper organization which is actively operating in 5 different Indian states. And this has a very good reputation over the decades. But from 2019 to 2024, it has faced the downside of the market. Like once it has been printing 1.2 million copies per day, but now the circulation has dropped to 560,000 by 2024 due to COVID pandemic. It has shifted to e-paper like digitalization in 2021, and that is also failed due to poor usability and financial losses. Because of this, Bharat Herald lost advertiser trust, bureau shift, layoffs, and fiscal strain. So my role as a data analyst in Bharat Herald, I need to identify the financial data from 2019 to 2024 and need to assess what went wrong and need to find what are the recovery potential things and need to recommend a phased roadmap for digital transformation. Firstly, here are the 6 ad hoc business requests given by the company. I have used SQL to solve these things and make a report. The detailed SQL queries are in my GitHub repo. You can check it there. The first business request is to find the top 3 months where any city recorded the sharpest month-over-month decline. You can clearly see the month of 2021 January, the city Varanasi has faced the highest decline, and in month 2019 of uh, November, the same city has faced the second highest decline, and in 2020 January, Jaipur has faced the third highest decline. So these are the 3 months which they face highest month-over-month decline. In second request, I need to identify the ad categories that contributed greater than 50% of the total yearly ad revenue. From this report, it's clearly seen that there is no ad revenue that contributed 50% of the total revenue. So, but among all in year 2019 and 2020, the government ad contributed nearly 35% of the total revenue, which is very highest. From 2021, the real estate ad contribute more of the yearly revenue than the government one. So, these two together contribute more ad revenue. And coming to business request 3, need to find out the print efficiency leaderboard for 2024. The print efficiency is found by ratio of net circulation and copies printed. From this report, we can clearly see that the Ranchi is the highest. The Ranchi has the highest print efficiency ratio of 90.59, followed by Ahmedabad, Patna, Jaipur, and Varanasi. In this request, need to find the transition of internet readiness growth from first quarter of 2021 to the fourth quarter of 2021 and need to get the cities with the highest improvement. From this report, it is clear that Jaipur city is stable across all the quarters of 2021. There is no change. When it comes to Ranchi, it faced a big drop of readiness from quarter 1 to quarter 4, nearly 3.1%, followed by Bhopal and Varanasi. Kanpur, Mumbai, Ahmedabad has improved a lot in readiness growth by end of the year by nearly 2.5%, followed by Ahmedabad and Delhi. This request is to find strictly decreasing sequences. It means both net circulation and ad revenue decreased every year from 2019 through 2024. From these two reports, we can clearly see that there are no cities that faced continuous decline through 2019 to 2024 in both net circulation and ad revenue. For example, in case of Bhopal, Delhi, Lucknow, we can clearly see that the Bhopal has faced decline in both ad revenue and net circulation in 2020, 2023, and 2024. When it comes to Lucknow, it faced in 2021, 2022, and 2024. These things, uh, these two cities have declined in 3 years, but they are not continuous and consistent. This request is to find the outlier, means the city with the highest digital readiness score, but it should be among bottom 3 in digital pilot engagement. The readiness score can be calculated by the average of smartphone rate, internet rate, and literacy rate. So from this report, it clearly sees that Kanpur is the city with the highest readiness score of 75.23, but this is the city which comes in the bottom 3 of the engagement. So the engagement rate is 36,289, which is in bottom 3. So this city is considered as an outlier. So these are all the six business requests that I solved in SQL. All these SQL queries are clearly compiled in my GitHub repository. You can check it there. Now, to get more detailed and comprehensive analysis, I analyzed the same data using Power BI. Let's move on to Power BI now. Now, I will walk you through my Power BI dashboard where I have done the analysis of Bharat Herald performance from 2019 to 2024. I have structured this analysis in three views. One is overall performance. This shows how the Bharat Herald is performing before digitalization, such as reach versus probability, print efficiency, and wastage analysis. The other view is a revenue analysis. This shows how the revenue is performing over the years across different ad categories and other metrics like revenue per copy, circulation versus revenue across different cities, and the revenue share. And the other is digital performance. This digitalization is launched in 2021, and the metrics like readiness of the cities, engagement, bounce rate, and cost acquired per user across different cities and platforms have been analyzed in this digital performance. Now let's move on to the overall performance of the Bharat Herald. This is the overall performance view of the Bharat Herald. In this, the key metrics are copies printed, net circulation, copies sold, and ad revenue. In this line chart, we can clearly see that there is a steady decline from 2019 to 2024 in all the three things like copies printed, copies sold, and copies circulated. When come to waste analysis by city, we can clearly see that Ahmedabad is the city with 10.67 percentage of wastage. Bhopal is 10.16 percentage of wastage, and Varanasi is about 10.43 percentage of wastage. And we can also see the overall key metrics by city. We can see in Ranchi there are 16.35 million of copies printed, and in on overall copies circulated are 14.74 million. The print efficiency is 19.18. So in top three on overall, Ranchi, Jaipur, and Kanpur has the overall print efficiency. When it comes to profitable cities by year, I have considered a revenue per copy as a metric. This is nothing but the ratio of total ad revenue per net circulation. Uh, I have considered if the revenue per copy is greater than 10, then the city is profitable to operate. For example, in the year 2024, we can see that the Ahmedabad, Bhopal, and Jaipur and Lucknow, Mumbai, Patna, Ranchi, all these are greater than 10 revenue per copy. So in these cities, per copy, we can get the revenue of greater than 10. So these cities are still profitable to operate in 2024. Now let's move on to the revenue analysis. In this revenue analysis, the key metrics are copies printed, net circulation, ad revenue, and revenue per copy. As I have said earlier, this is the ratio of uh, total ad revenue by net circulation. In this, we can see the ad revenue percentage by ad category. It is clearly seen that the government ad category occupies 30 percentage of the space, and the real estate occupies 29.79 percentage of the space. So altogether, these two contributes nearly half of the revenue, half of the ad revenue for Bharat Herald. So Bharat Herald needs to concentrate more on these two ads. So in this chart, we can clearly see the yearly trend of revenue share by each city. We can clearly see that in 2024, Patna is the highest revenue share, and Jaipur is the second highest. So we can also see it based on revenue per copy. So revenue per copy. So here the Lucknow is the city where uh, we are getting most of the revenue per copy, and followed by Patna. So in this thing, we can see how the ad revenue trend is changing over the years by ad category. So the automobile and FMCG are both lower than the government and real estate. So in this chart, we can clearly see the profitability versus reach by city. In this chart, I have used scatter chart, and these two, the vertical line and horizontal line, are the median of the copies circulated and the median of the ad revenue. So now it's divided into four quadrants. The first quadrant, we can see the less copies circulated and high ad revenue. So with less copies circulated, we will get the high revenue. So Patna, Bhopal, and Lucknow will come in that place. In second quadrant, it is of high copies circulated and high revenue. Mumbai and Jaipur. We can see here like Mumbai has ad revenue of 228 million, and copies circulated are around 24 million, and the revenue per copy is 9.17. And this third quadrant is nothing but less copy circulation and less ad revenue, and this fourth quadrant is high copies circulated and high revenue. So in advertiser point of view, they need more circulation. In Bharat Herald profit of point of view, they need more revenue per copy so that they can get more profitability. We can clearly see that Mumbai has more number of copies circulated and good ad revenue. So this is the more profitable city in view of both advertiser and the Bharat Herald. Jaipur also comes under the same place. Now let's move on to the digital performance. Now, coming to digital performance, the digitalization has been implemented in 2021. The key metrics are investment, engagement, average bounce rate, and cost acquired per user. The average bounce rate is nothing but the percentage of people who are quickly exiting the app without engaging with it. Like there are around 65.77 percentage of the people coming out of the app without engaging with it. The cost acquired per user is like how much the Bharat Herald spend on each user to make digitally engaged. So the key difference between the cost acquired per user and revenue per copy, the revenue per copy is nothing but the Bharat Herald's revenue got from per net circulated copy. The cost acquired per user is nothing but the investment from the Bharat Herald to acquire a user who is digitally engaged. Now, when it comes to engagement by platform, all are equally contributed. Among all these, the mobile app has the highest engagement. Now, when it comes to readiness score versus cost acquired per user by city, the readiness score is nothing but how much the city is digitally ready to adapt the digitalization. The Kanpur has the highest readiness score of 75.10. So the Bharat Herald is ready to spend more in that city. So that's why the cost acquired per user in Kanpur is more. But unfortunately, the engagement is very less. This is due to high bounce rate. The high bounce rate. The bounce rate in Kanpur, we can see it here. The bounce rate in Kanpur is around 72%. Like so, the users in this city are not satisfied with the digital apps. They are quickly exiting the app without exiting it because of poor UI and UX designs. Now, when it comes to this chart, the comparison between engagement versus digital readiness can clearly sees that the Kanpur has the lowest engagement, but the readiness is the very high. So this is the first priority city in relaunching of the digitalization, making some marketing campaigns and getting awareness to the apps, making some UI UX changes so that we can increase the engagement in Kanpur, followed by Ranchi and Patna. Now we can clearly see the relationship between bounce rate and engagement. Now I have made the average bounce rate as a vertical line and the average engagement rate as a horizontal line. Now we can clearly see the cities in the quadrant one are with the lowest engagement rate, lowest bounce rate, and highest engagement rate. So these are the cities like Lucknow, Bhopal, Mumbai are performing really well. Now, when it comes to quadrant four, we can see cities like Kanpur, Ranchi, and Jaipur. These are the cities with highest bounce rate and lowest engagement. So these cities need more efficient digitalized apps by making more friendly user apps, more friendly UI UX design. Varanasi also will come under the same scenario. So this is all about the digital performance. Now let's move on to the key insights, strategies, and recommendations for the Bharat Herald. This is the link to my live dashboard. You can explore it with this link. These are all the key insights that we have discussed while exploring the Power BI dashboard. We can see on overall performance in 2024, the Lucknow, Patna, Ranchi are the most profitable cities. And when it comes to revenue analysis, we can clearly, I have used the revenue per copy as the metric, which shows the revenue earned per a single copy. And overall, this is 10.70 rupees per copy. If it's get more in a city, the Bharat Herald business is profitable in the city. In digital performance, I have used cost acquired per user as a metric. Actually, this is the investment that's spent by Bharat Herald per user. This is based on a readiness score in cities like Kanpur, which has high readiness score. It, it spends more there because of its capability to adopt the digitalization. So, but unfortunately, the engagement and bounce rate is high. This is due to some factors like poor UI design and marketing strategies. Now, let's move on to the strategies and recommendations. In phase one, the Bharat Herald should focus on the cities like Kanpur, Ranchi, and Patna because these have high readiness but low engagement. So, this needs to done by redesigning the mobile app and e-paper UI UX design in a very user friendly way such that their bounce rate can be reduced, and they should invest in marketing and awareness campaigns. In future phases, they should scale the digital business by using efficient digital app services and push notifications for news updates and new offers. And the main important thing, they need to gain the advertiser trust by showing the city level metrics for circulation, engagement, and revenue per copy. The advertisers need more reach and engagement. The Bharat Herald need highest revenue per copy. Coming to the content, they need to be creative and they launch WhatsApp and Telegram news digest for bite-sized regional news because the WhatsApp is used by the most of the people. In that way, they should get more engagement. So they should also create 5 minutes read bulletins for office goers. So in that way, they could get more engagement. They should also run city specific digital campaigns to improve more engagement and rebuild the credibility region by using local influencers and journalists. And moving on to the conclusion, to sum up everything, the print is declining but still profitable in cities. The, the digital pilot showed mixed results. The priority should be relaunching in high readiness but low engagement cities like Kanpur, Ranchi, and Patna. So, by building better user friendly apps and formats like WhatsApp and Telegram, and some good marketing strategies, and by regaining the advertiser trust by showing a strong reach and engagement for each city, and also by using local voices and loyalty programs, they can keep their audience engaged. So with all these approaches and efficient marketing, Bharat Herald can turn its decline into a comeback and build a sustainable futures. Thank you.